a beautiful meadow appears under the bright summer sunshine. Colorful flowers bloom vibrantly, and lush green grass stretches as far as the eye can see. Tiny, diligent ants march in a long line, their small legs moving swiftly across the ground. They tirelessly gather seeds and food, carrying them back to their nest to store for the winter. Each ant is seen toiling with tiny seeds or morsels of food on its back, constantly traveling back and forth between the meadow and their home. As the ant colony diligently marched by, they saw the grasshopper standing by the stream, basking in the bright sunlight. The grasshopper looked up, surprised to see the ants moving busily.
These ants really don't know how to enjoy the summer at all.
We need to prepare food for the winter. Winter is coming, and if you don't prepare, you'll be hungry.
I only need one day to gather enough food for the winter. Ha 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 ha.
As each day passes and winter is approaching, the ants are hard at work searching for food for themselves.
Oh, those silly ants only know how to work and don't know how to have fun.
Winter will come quickly, and then you won't have any food for yourselves. Don't disrupt our work.
Those silly ants, always so busy and serious, never taking a moment to enjoy the sunshine or play like the rest of us. There's plenty of food in the forest, so why bother searching every day? Instead, let's have fun and enjoy life. Isn't that right, you silly ants?
Don't interfere with our work, or you'll be hungry during this harsh winter.
Ha ha ha. I'm not free to talk to those ants. I'm off to find a place to sleep and enjoy life.
You see, the grasshopper is only interested in playing and not in working. When winter comes, the grasshopper will be hungry because there's no food.
The grasshopper only knew how to sleep day after day, neglecting all responsibilities and not seeking food for the winter. While the diligent ants were hard at work gathering seeds and food, the grasshopper enjoyed the sunny summer days, carefree, singing and playing. But then, winter arrived quickly, bringing with it the biting cold and chilling winds. Now, the grasshopper realized he was freezing and starving. Without the warmth of the sun and the cheerful sounds of summer, he sat shivering by the base of a tree, feeling overwhelmed with regret. He remembered the ants' words, advising him to prepare for winter. Now, he understood that their advice was truly wise. His past mistakes, ignoring the ants' counsel, had led him to this situation. With a heavy heart, he wished he had worked hard like the ants to have enough food and warmth for this harsh winter. Surrounded by a blanket of pure white snow, the grasshopper found himself unable to move. His body was frozen, and he felt the chill of winter seeping into his very bones. With just a flicker of strength left, he turned to the ants, desperately hoping they would hear his plea and help him find food to survive. At that moment, the ants were happily bustling about, enjoying their time together. When they saw the grasshopper approaching, they were quite surprised. The sight of the grasshopper, shivering and weak, left them in disbelief, as they remembered his carefree days of playing while they worked hard to prepare for winter. After hearing the grasshopper ask for food and a place to shelter for the winter, the ants didn't respond right away. Instead, they gathered together to discuss whether they would allow the grasshopper to stay in their home. Finally, the ants decided to let the grasshopper stay and forgave him for not listening to their advice before. The grasshopper apologized to the ants, realizing that his earlier thoughts had been misguided. Seeing his sincerity, the ants embraced him warmly, offering him comfort and support as they welcomed him into their home for the winter. The ants forgave the grasshopper and shared the food they had diligently gathered. The hungry grasshopper ate a lot, savoring every bite. He promised the ants that he would work hard and no longer be lazy or indulge in play like before. Grateful for their kindness, he vowed to change his ways. From that day on, the ants and the grasshopper lived happily together in the forest. They went everywhere as a team, enjoying each other's company. Whether it was working or playing, they did it side by side, forming a strong bond. The grasshopper learned the value of hard work, while the ant appreciated the joy of having a cheerful companion. Together, they made the forest a brighter place.